Should mesothelioma patients be taking resveratrol if they want to enhance their chemotherapy treatments? That is what we will be covering over the next couple of minutes. Hey, I'm Deborah from SurvivingMesothelioma.com, and for almost 20 years now, we have been helping mesothelioma patients with the latest in mesothelioma treatment information. In today's video, we're going to explore 4 exciting ways in which resveratrol might improve the lives of mesothelioma patients. But first things first, what is resveratrol and how can it help people with mesothelioma? Resveratrol is a natural compound found in grapes, berries, and red wine, and it's been studied for its potential anti-cancer properties. And after carefully analyzing 4 studies from journals like Food and Chemical Toxicology, International Journal of Molecular Medicine, and Life Sciences, it looks like resveratrol could enhance chemotherapy treatments and selectively target mesothelioma cells. But clinical trials need to be done to see if this will help patients outside of the lab setting. I'll leave a link to all of the studies in the description for you. But how exactly can resveratrol help mesothelioma patients? Let's take a closer look at the 4 ways that resveratrol may help. Number 1, resveratrol enhances chemotherapy sensitivity. A study published in Food and Chemical Toxicology in 2014 showed how mesothelioma reacted to resveratrol in test tubes. In test tubes means in vitro, basically in the lab, not in living creatures. And what they discovered is that resveratrol, when combined with the chemo drug clofarabine, made mesothelioma cells more sensitive to the chemo, which basically means the cancer cells were more likely to die. Imagine the resveratrol acting like a magnifying glass, making the chemo work better on those cancer cells. Number 2, resveratrol inhibits tumor growth. Next, the study published in International Journal of Molecular Medicine in 2012 revealed how mesothelioma is affected by resveratrol in both test tubes and mice. They found that resveratrol directly inhibits a protein called SP1 in mesothelioma cells. By stopping SP1, resveratrol can slow down or even shrink the tumor, at least in mice. Could it do the same in humans? Number 3, resveratrol induces cell death. A 2016 study in Food and Chemical Toxicology looked at how resveratrol works together with the chemo drug cisplatin in test tubes. This combo caused oxidative stress in the mesothelioma cells, damaging them and then triggering cell death or apoptosis. It's kind of like a 1-2 punch, with resveratrol weakening the cells so the chemo can knock them out. The researchers think this means resveratrol could help overcome drug resistance in mesothelioma. Number 4, resveratrol selectively targets mesothelioma cells. Finally, a study in Life Sciences showed an interesting way that resveratrol goes after mesothelioma cells. In the lab, resveratrol caused calcium to flood into mesothelioma cells through special channels, leading to cell death. But here's the kicker: it didn't really affect the healthy cells. Imagine resveratrol like a guided missile that specifically targets the cancer. Pretty cool, right? What I found truly amazing was that across these studies, resveratrol seems to attack mesothelioma from multiple angles, making chemo work better, slowing the tumor growth, triggering cell death, and even targeting cancer cells while leaving the healthy cells alone. Pretty incredible, right? But what about the side effects and risks of resveratrol? The studies that we looked at didn't find any major side effects in the lab experiments. But one thing that they did find is that resveratrol has poor bioavailability. Bioavailability means how well the body absorbs a substance. So special formulations or delivery methods might be needed to really get the benefits of resveratrol. And that's an important distinction between what works in the petri dish versus the human body. Another thing that you should take note of is that these studies were mostly in vitro, meaning in test tubes, with one also looking at mice. Remember, that means we can't say for sure if it will work the same in humans. But it doesn't mean that we should discount the information. It means that human clinical trials would be needed to prove the benefits. There can be a bit of a jump from the lab to real world situations. So to recap, here's what we know. That resveratrol helped make chemo more effective. It slowed tumor growth, it caused cancer cell death, and it targeted mesothelioma cells while sparing the healthy ones. But will it work in mesothelioma patients? Unfortunately, we don't know. It's frustrating that with such promising findings, there haven't been clinical trials of resveratrol for mesothelioma patients yet. More studies are desperately needed. So what does that mean for you if you have mesothelioma? Well, if I had mesothelioma, I would definitely talk to my doctor about resveratrol. Maybe it could be used as a complementary therapy alongside standard treatments. Maybe it could improve quality of life or even extend survival. Who knows? But surely it is worth speaking to your doctor about. In my opinion, the research on resveratrol for mesothelioma is exciting and it warrants a conversation with your healthcare team. And if you're looking for more information on surviving mesothelioma, please visit survivingmesothelioma.com to see how Paul became the longest living mesothelioma survivor in the world. That's all I've got for you today. I hope this gives you some new information to discuss with your doctor, and I am wishing you all the best in your mesothelioma journey. I'll see you next time.